Alright, folks, excited to talk to you about Feral in Mythic Plus. It's in a really fun spot. Overall, I'm really impressed with the effort that Blizz has done to actually bring this back to a pretty satisfying class right now. Overall, what we're going to jump into from a talent perspective right off the bat is hopefully a little bit of what I'll call the basics. Tier 1, you can go with Predator, or you can consider a slightly different build. You can go with Sabretooth, although Predator, if you're able to actually maintain your bleeds, it's something that you can use aggressively and really keep Tiger Fury going often. So certainly take advantage of that. Sabretooth really for more of a single target perspective. Tier 2, you want to go with, really it's what you're comfortable with. I prefer Wild Charge, just having the additional flexibility. Um, Renewal's okay if you're looking for on-demand recovery, but really it just comes down to whether it's Wild Charge or Tiger Dash that you prefer to kind of complement your mobility. Tier 3, you're going to go with the Balance Affinity, and it's not only to gain access to Typhoon, but it's actually with how it ties in with Convoke the Spirits. And rather than wait, the only covenant you should be considering right now is Night Fae. Take advantage of Convoke the Spirits. It is head and shoulders above the other covenants that are out there. Specifically, Necrolord is really trailing right now. So keep that in mind from a Mythic Plus perspective. Tier 4, it comes down to what utility your group uses. I prefer Mighty Bash, and the reason behind that, it's the extra lockdown for enemies that are immune to interrupts. So if you've got a cast that's coming at you and you know ugh, the base interrupt isn't going to take care of it, it's a really easy way to get things straightened away. Tier 5, Soul of the Forest. It's easy to execute, really has great flexibility, improves the damage of finishers like Primal Wrath, and makes energy management smoother. Predator resets are not available. Um, However, Savage Roar loses a lot of uptime when moving between packs, and Incarnation King of the Jungle is just not impactful enough compared to the regular Berserk. So, Soul of the Forest, take advantage of it and take it. Really enjoy the little bit of extra energy and damage that comes from it. Tier 6, Primal Wrath, we just mentioned a second ago, it's just too good to pass up on a tier full of AoE situations. The ability to spread rip and have an efficient way to convert combo points to AoE damage is something sorely missing on the base kit. So take total advantage of that if you can. Swipe's not big enough. Scent of Blood is functionally worse than the other options, so really, Blizz is doing everything in their power to get us to use Primal Wrath. Finally, Tier 7 talents. All three options are pretty solid. For me personally, Blood Talons is the go-to. If you're playing with it correctly, you'll net a really big gain on your finishers, specifically around Primal Wrath in AoE situations. Hence the Mythic Plus guide. Um, so while you're flexing to do a single target or really to lock down more ferocious bites, Blood Talons can leverage the extra energy available from Predator and cast more of them. Really hard to beat. Moment of Clarity is really good for smoothing out your energy pool and allows you a smoother, more consistent pull, but it's less explosive than Blood Talons. And Feral Frenzy is great for opening strong on targets. And with the low cooldown, it can be used with each pack to focus down a target, which is really great, and on a 45-second cooldown. Ton of fun to take advantage of. From a legendary perspective, there's a couple of real solid options that are out there for ferals. The one that really stands out to me from a satisfaction standpoint, Circle of Life and Death, provides the highest sustained AoE in most situations, and that's due to the amount of bleeds you'll be applying with Primal Wrath and any target swapped rakes that you're able to apply. And like that's the beauty of Feral. Make them all bleed. It's definitely a good choice for Mythic Plus to pick up a whole bunch of different pack sizes. Additionally, Apex Predator's Craving provides a solid gain. For the most part, it really allows you to convert AoE into more of a single target damage from the free Ferocious Bite cast it generates. And depending on the dungeon being ran, it can range from kind of just middle of the pack to exceptional. So keep that in mind. Finally, and I was really excited to see this legendary come back, Cat Eye Curio. Really giving you their clear cast abilities to generate 30% of the energy cost, and your maximum energy is increased by 60. Just a ton of sense. Great to see this buffed. Really kind of smooths out the resource gaps that showed up certainly in the beginning of Shadowlands, but has shown up with Feral many times over the years. Feral has a lot of other utility legendaries that are out there. I'm not totally in love with many of them, to be perfectly blunt with you. Take advantage of the ones that I recommended and you'll be in great shape. Finally, as far as stat ranking goes, you want to go with Critical Strike. It's far and away the best. Then you Mastery, Versatility, and then finally Haste. So Crit is better than Mass. Mass is better than both Verse or Haste. Verse and Haste are basically interchangeable at this time. The real benefit with Critical Strike is that it grants a chance to critically strike, doubling your damage, and its interaction with Primal Fury allows your generator crits to give you double combo points. That's a real sexy thing that people don't always keep that in mind. As far as the rotation goes, really straightforward. Use Target's Fury on cooldown, use Berserk on cooldown, use Convoke the Spirits on cooldown. Maintain your Rip, maintain your Rake, cast Ferocious Bite if Rip is on the targets you need, and you're not about to hit the pandemic window. Cast Brutal Slash, maintain your Thrash, and cast Shred to generate combo points, and you're in great shape. Drop those Blood Talons, and you will really, really enjoy the snapshot mechanic that's tied to Feral. Totally take advantage of it. Alright folks, let me know what you're doing different in terms of Mythic Plus for Feral going into 9.1. Thanks for checking out the guide. See ya.